Hello everybody and welcome back to Baron's Den. What is Blood Bowl? That is often a question I'm faced with when people ask what I'm up to on an evening or over a weekend. It struck me recently that there may be a few people hearing about Blood Bowl or showing an interest that have very little knowledge about it and could do with a simple overview. So this next series of videos will be with those people in mind. A basics of Blood Bowl that simply explains the game's rules, terms and features so that people who are new to the game can gain a basic understanding of the wonderful world of Blood Bowl. And with that in mind, I thought it best to answer the question, what is Blood Bowl anyway? Just to relate it to things people can relate to, I kind of like to say sometimes that it's a bit of a cross between chess, a sports sim, American football and the fantasy genre. So let's start with the first element. It's a game of American football essentially, or just football if you are American. You're trying to cross into the opposition's end zone with the ball to score touchdowns. On the way you can tackle or block as we call it in Blood Bowl. You can pass the ball, hand off, catch and intercept as well. So how does that fit in with being a board game? Well, let's start with the next element. The reality is it's not really like chess at all. But people can relate to pieces moving around a squared board governed by certain rules. The pieces on the board have different rules and have different roles to play. However, the rules are much more varied and complicated, and strategy plays a huge role in deciding outcomes. Positioning, risk management, and the ability to spot plays in real time can mean a real battle of wits with your opponent. Now, strategy alone is not enough to come out tops in a game of Blood Bowl. That is because many of the outcomes in the game, including blocking, dodging, ball handling and even fouling, are decided by the roll of a dice. This means that even mighty players can be felled by rotten luck, whilst an enthusiastic rookie can get lucky with a really unlikely play. The third element is the setting, as the world of Blood Bowl is set in an alternate Warhammer fantasy setting. That means each team is based upon different fantasy races, such as orcs, dwarfs, elves, and all manner of beasties from the Warhammer world. It's tongue-in-cheek, it's a bit comic book, where real teams and sponsors from our world enter the Warhammer world, such as the Auckland Raiders and the fast food sponsor Nurgle King. The sport is broadcast to the world through Cabal Vision, which is Warhammer's version of a streaming service. It also means the rules of engagement are more fantasy, so blocks can result in injuries and deaths, fouls are commonplace, secret weapons are used and not always sent off. Players use hidden abilities, mutations and even extra body parts to aid them in Blood Bowl. It is an element that makes the game so entertaining and unique. The fourth pillar or corner of Blood Bowl is the sports sim, the narrative, the story as you play games and your players, that you name yourself, begin to take personality. It may be for their great deeds, it could be for the new skills they've developed, or perhaps they are famous for just messing things up. If you play in a ladder or league, your players will accrue star player points for feats they achieve in games. They can spend these on increasing stats or developing new skills. Players can also get injured with permanent damage sustained and even die. Your players really do become something greater than what they start off as. So, that's Blood Bowl in a nutshell. A game of exciting highs and desperate lows. An unpredictable thrill ride where hilarious shenanigans can cause utter chaos. You learn about loss, risk management, and the more you play, you will begin to see tackle zones in your mind like Neo sees the Matrix. Of course, there is no substitute in my opinion for playing the tabletop version. However, if you want to dip your toes in, Blood Bowl 3 is a good place to start. Hopefully for those new to Blood Bowl, that's given you an insight into what Blood Bowl is all about. Join me for the next video in the series, where we will look at the basics of moving, dodging and picking up the ball. That's all from me. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. It really helps my end and is much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.